Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl Shara back with another video. I'm going to be right back with you guys, but I want you in the meantime to get comfortable, grab whatever you got to grab. We got some things we got to talk about, all right? Let's go. All right. Put a one in the chat if you guys can hear me. I hate for this be a waste of my energy, a waste of my time. So if you guys are hearing the sound of my voice, go ahead and put a one in the chat so I can know you guys can hear me well. All right. I know sometimes my mic be acting crazy, then StreamYard be StreamYard. So I don't want to get too far along the way where you guys cannot hear me. Welcome to all newcomers, flip floppers, in day ones. What's up, and lottie dottie to everybody. By now, you guys should know the rules. Hit the like button, turn your notification on, and subscribe to the channel. It don't hurt nobody, all right? But what does hurt is to sit in the bushes and sit for too long, and then your booty start hurting. So that does hurt, okay? We don't want you to get all the branches up your booty, all right? We want you guys to be comfortable. And how you get comfortable is come on in the chat and speak, all right? Because none of us slept with you last night, okay? So who you mad at for real? All right? Happy Thursday to all. We're not going to be here long. I don't think so, unless it get a little noisy where I am. But I don't think we're going to be here that long, but we do have a couple things to talk about. So I don't want to waste your time. But just before we start, let me just say that all things here is allegedly, and in my opinion, and for entertainment purposes only, okay? We are using other content for our research purposes, okay? Under the Copyright Act 107. So we want to make sure that everything here is fair use, all right? So we can use it under that act. And we will give credit to who it's due to at the end of the video, okay? All right. Hey, Mama Bees, I think I saw you. Yeah, I did. Hello to all. Good afternoon. It's about 3:50 where I am. I'm a little choked up. I don't know why. My throat feel a little dry, but I'm going to push through because unfortunately I'm drinking coffee and I probably should have had a water. But We're going to push through because we don't have a lot of time. Okay, so I was preparing for my Love and Hip Hop review, and then the internet just went crazy. The internet went crazy. So I said, let me jump on really fast so we can talk about what's going on right now. And what's going on is a clip from Love and Hip Hop popped out, and it has Amy, and it has Scrappy, and it has what's her name? Sierra, and it has Bambi. And Scrappy is telling the group that Amy is married to Dwight Howard, but he's not giving the proper name. He's not giving a name for who it is that he's saying that she's married to, but he's telling the group, hey, listen, she's married already. She's looking at him like, could you stop it already? He's like, listen, I heard from him, which would be Dwight, that they are already married. So she's irritated, can't you see? But she made a hell of a comment during her confessional, and it goes a little bit like this, right? And if I was the girls, I would be offended too. So it went a little bit like, I don't want my relationship to be exploited and too much on the internet. And she called Bambi a Gumby, and she called Sierra Michael Jackson. I said, oh, shots fired. Shots fired. What are we doing here? Okay. Is that what the world has come to, that we just got to insult everybody that comes through the door, everybody that's in our view? Because it's not necessary. But then I got to remember, we're talking about reality TV, and the pot must be stirred to allow the show to go on. Okay. I don't care how we slice that. I don't care how we dice that. At the end of the day, somebody got to be able to stir that pot. Okay. And if the pot ain't stirring, then ain't nobody gonna have no scenes. All right. They got to make sure the show goes on. So I get it. However, Sierra jumps in the comment section, and she's got her little stuff to say. And Amy came back, and let me tell y'all, I appreciate the response from Amy, okay? So the comment that Sierra said was, girl, after sleeping with your current husband, you have slept with millions of men. You know that little A of fire, move around, move around men, basically, because it says I'm man. Okay, so they're saying that, he gets around. So because he gets around now, she's on fire. Okay. And Amy came back and talked about it and responded to it. And I want to tell you guys what she had to say, because you guys know that the Dwight and her has allegedly split. They are no longer together. Thank you for the one in the chat, Mama Bees. They are allegedly split, and they are no longer together, according to Tasha K and what she got. And then Amy asked her to take the post down at some point. But of course, it's Tasha K, baby. She ain't taking nothing down unless she's led by the Spirit, okay? And that don't happen very often, that Tasha K is led by the Spirit, baby. Anyway, she goes on to say that we think, the people, us, the viewers, think that they are broken up, because in the beginning, she was on there telling us how, he be eating her butt left and right, side to side, honey. And now, from her using his toothbrush, child, it was just a lot going on with them, honey. They was on some freaky type time. You hear me? Okay, so after that, they stopped seeing all of that. We stopped seeing all of that. And it just got quiet. So that makes it believable what Tasha K is saying, that they split. Believable, right? Maybe she found out after all that he's still dipping and diving into the men. I don't know. And I try not to speak on people's marriages no matter what. I know it looks a little strange to us over here, like, girl, what are you doing? But because I'm about to jump into my own marriage, I want to be careful what I put into somebody else's, okay? So anyway, Amy responds to that. And guys, listen up to this here, okay? So Amy says, let me say, I've always been employed with kind people where I can be my happy, goofy self. In this particular work environment where viral moments and reads gets ratings high, I've learned in the jungle brings out your animal. Ooh, child. Okay, she says, when in a circus, prepare to outshine the clowns. It was a learning experience. I'd never liked reading Black woman. I grew up with 3 sisters. I read too well, and I don't like it. Hence to why I left the show. So she tells us that she quit Love and Hip Hop, guys. Hence to why I left the show. She says, Sierra, I want to apologize for how I reacted to you and the words that I chose to come out of my mouth. At that moment, my mentality was, you go low, I go lower. God has redirected my heart and my mind, and I'm sorry for my part. Also, Bambi, I apologize for the words I used towards you. I wish both of you, she says, I wish both of you a lifetime of wins and smiles. I know outside this show, us three would be cool. Anybody who reads this comments, God is a redeemer and waymaker. Learn from me, do better. That's what I'm practicing now. So she don't want no smoke with these girls, okay? Ooh, I'm hot. I don't know if it's because I'm reading or what, but baby, I started just heating up. Okay, I'm back, y'all. But she doesn't want any smoke, and it seems like whatever's going on between her and Dwight, she just don't have time for the outside stuff. She's really on this healing journey, guys, and she's really trying to draw closer to God. And this is the first step, okay? She basically ignored the internet and what they got going on and what they talking about. She could have dived in on the same type time as everybody else, but she chose a different direction. So we have to give her kudos for this. I hope that she continues to learn how to respond and not react, and we'll see where it go, okay? But yeah, she jumped in the comment section and cleared the room, honey. I like this kind of grown woman response. Y'all drop that in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think about all of that. What else is we talking about? Because I tell y'all, it has been a mess. Hold on, guys, because I got to find out what we're talking about. I don't even remember what I wrote on the thing. Hold on. I'm coming, y'all. I'm coming. Woo! What we talking about? Hold on. Oh, Love and Marriage Huntsville returning. Now, you guys know that we've all been speculating that Love and Marriage Huntsville will not be returning. I still say that maybe they are, maybe they aren't. There's been no clear indication that they are not returning. But here's what I would say, right? We know when Marceau pop out, he's basically throwing a clip, a clip out there. Like, what y'all thought? You know what I'm saying? So he popped out on his live. Tisha did a live, and shout out to Shop Reality TV because she's where this clip came from that I'm about to play for you guys. And at the end of the day, whether they're returning or not, here's what we're about to go into, right? Whether Tisha show up on her YouTube to say this other side and this newfound human being that she is, or whether she show up on the show, we're going to get to see another genre of Tisha. And I'm here for it, okay? I'm here for it because I told you guys before, and I say it now, that she has been reading from cue cards for Lord knows how long. She has not been able to stay in her own lane. She has not been able to be herself. I feel like Marceau has, put this little muzzle on her that she's only allowed, not physical, guys, but you get the drift. Like, she's only allowed to speak if if he tell her to. He doesn't allow her to make her own decisions. And for her, he has played this married card, at least from what I can view. Like, I'm your husband. You're supposed to listen to me. That she hasn't been able to break free from to reality, okay? Because she want to be a submissive and obedient wife. And he has used that and played on her top. And she has fell for that for so long. I'm hoping that this next era, whether we see it on YouTube or we see it on the show, becomes her being her own self, being her own person, okay? Do y'all know who her mama is? She got a mouthpiece, I'm sure. But I want her to be who she is without being coached by her husband, right? Because he gets on this internet and say whatever the hell he want to say. She ain't over there telling him how to move. You know what I mean? So I think it's pretty ignorant and insensitive for the way he tried to direct her to move, okay? If you're afraid what might come out her mouth, get her some media coaching, right? Some media training. But you, my friend, don't have to be in the mix of everything Tisha do, Marceau. So if this is true, that Love and Marriage Huntsville is coming back the way Tisha is saying that she didn't actually say they were coming back, but she did say that they are filming. So if they're filming, then you know what time it is. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to be back on the scene, but they probably don't have an exact date yet. I remember when, what was her name? Winter was saying how they kept filming all these scenes and filming. And then eventually they found out that something was going to go on, and then they didn't get paid, and they only agreed to pay this and that. So I hope this isn't the case for them where they got a bunch of scenes they filmed for, and these people ain't going to get their money. Because according to Winter, they don't get paid that much anyway. So y'all, this could be bad, okay? So I'm hoping they get their money and Carlos is not pulling the same thing he did over there on that show. But listen to this for a second, guys. And shout out to Shop Reality TV. Hold on. because I got my volume down. Hold on. Sorry. So you guys heard it, right? So she's going to open up from what she said that she's willing to talk about those things. Now, I have to always go with a grain of salt because I'm not sure if she's going to talk about some of those things because the word is already out and people are already talking. So she like, look, ain't nothing better than to hear it from the horse's mouth. You know what I mean? So we have to wait and see. But like I said, I hope that it's going in a direction where Tisha comes out of Marceau's shell, okay? Where she don't have to be respectful, resentful to her husband. That's not what I'm asking for. But I am asking, and I hope that she will walk into her own shell, right? And be her own self. This is going to be some of her best days. If they're headed for divorce, like we're hearing in the streets, which I don't know to be true, right? If they're headed for divorce, she's going to need a backbone, right? It's going to be some emotional roller coasters she's going to experience. You know, he's going to play on her top. You know, it's going to get ugly. She's going to see another part of Marceau that she probably saw before but didn't want to believe it because you're blinded by love, right? So I'm hoping that if it is the case, so be it. But if it isn't, just that she would just have her eyes wide open, okay? Hey, Liza, more lies. What's up, boo? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Yes, you called it live, my dear. No, you're good. You're good. I haven't been live that much, so you're not missing much. I've been doing pre-recordings, which have sucked for me, but I'm just jumping on where I can in the middle of work, honey. I'm just like diving in. So y'all stay with me, okay? We're gonna rock it out this month. We're gonna rock it out as much as I can. But hello. You don't want them to get a divorce. I wanted them to be transparent. Yeah, I don't think. Well, I hope that's nobody's desire. Like I said, I'm careful when I speak on people's marriages, especially since I'm going into my own and I've already had experience 2 failed marriages. I'm very careful on how I speak, but I do want her to speak on some of those things. And I want to see her overcome them. And I want to see her create a wonderful backbone for herself. And I want Marceau to step aside and let her do that, right? She has a lot of things to offer. She's a mother, which is awesome. You know what I mean? We all can grow and learn and be transparent about our parenting. And then when you're married, it just gives you an extra, you know what I mean? So I'm hoping that a lot of her walls will come down this season. I would love to see it. Love to see it. Now, I definitely don't want this show to come back, though. I don't think we gotta see. Y'all know I'm here to review it no matter what. I'm just not going to get deep into the, lawsuits, and I don't want to part to that stuff, but I definitely want to be able to review the show peacefully, say my piece, and go head home to my 6, okay? Or my honey. Whichever one going to be home first, I'm here, right? So I get that, right? All right, guys. So that's it for that. But did y'all hear that old Scrappy boy tried to pull up on Khaotic? Say what now? I know y'all like, say it again, Shar. I'ma say it one more time like y'all ain't hear me, okay? Old Scrappy boy tried to pull up on Brother Khaotic. And Brother Khaotic told old Scrappy boy, this ain't what you want, sir. This ain't what you this ain't what you want. I said, what? It's getting real. Okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna listen to that. And I'm going to break in between, okay? We're using this under fair use, okay? We're researching. We're trying to find out what's going on here, okay? The Fair Use Copyright Act, okay? I want to keep saying that, but shout out to Khaotic for this itself. I will put the links at the bottom when I'm done, so you guys can look after that. But baby, listen, let me tell y'all something about Scrappy. I don't dislike anybody that I don't know. But he has such a sucker vibe to him that he makes me mad. He reminds me of a boy in a skirt. He ain't never on his man stuff. He always got to top somebody. He always got something to say. Would you shut the hell up for a minute, Scrappy? You know, like, and then the way he tried to flip this whole thing with Chaotic and know it didn't happen like that and got Chaotic basically fired from Love and Hip Hop. I can't get down with him. Thank you, Mama Bees, for the reminder. Please like, guys, share, and comment. It's imperative that you guys will share the live so that I can stay active in the algorithm. And you know, I've been at the bottom of the algorithm lately. So just stay with me, guys. So, you know, yeah, guys, we gotta listen to this, okay? I'm here for it all, but like I said, I don't like the way Scrappy been moving lately. He worse than the females, if you ask me. Oh no, thank you for stopping by. You handle. Don't let me stop you, honey. Don't let me stop you. But yeah, guys, this has gotten ugly. So let's listen and stop and listen. But y'all, this gonna shock y'all, okay? Whoop. No, not that. This is chaotic, guys. Now, let me say this. This is where Chaotic messed up at, where he decided to let them use Scrappy. He has a respect for Scrappy that Scrappy will never have for him. You know what type time Scrappy be on. You should allow them to pick somebody else because Scrappy is about the money, right? He didn't care. See, because the right thing would have been do like, yo, he could have like, you know, smashed my event and told them don't use me. But he ain't hate on me. But instead, he still came on the rah-rah, knowing you was the one to put him on. That's what I can't get down with, right? And then he always talk about somebody as hey, you know what I mean? Because they speaking up on it, but you do the same thing. So I guess y'all all on the hate top time. Okay, let's continue to listen. You should have. He got you fired. He didn't care about how you was going to make money, additional money. He didn't know what you had in the works. He didn't know how the firing would affect you by them taking you off. You should have met him where he met you at. And sometimes you got to do that even when you love your brother, even when you love your sister. You should have gave Scrappy the same type of time that he was giving you because at this point, he knows that you love him and not in that kind of way, but he knows that you love him. So he's just toiling with you right now. Let's continue to listen. And let me say this, right, before we go further. You see how he said Scrappy thought that he was by himself. Scrappy was not going to bust a grape, okay? He thought he was by himself, so the dude that Scrappy was with would be able to intimidate Khaotic. At least he thought that was going to be the case, but that's not how it went. And Scrappy could have got him and his friend hurt that night, okay? Here's the thing. Scrappy don't really want to fight, so somebody has to pump him up. Let's not forget, we heard Scrappy on live talk about when the guys basically stuck him up. He was like, I was like that, but I wasn't like that. He was like, I dang near pissed my pants. Okay, Scrappy, we know you a sucker in that type time. You're not really on that type time. So stop waiting till you get with your partner. You know, that's that guy he be hanging with them dreads or braids or whatever they are that he need to cut off. You know, and he basically, Khaotic believed that he was the one to put Scrappy up to moving like he a gangster. But here's the thing. Khaotic, you have to see Scrappy for who he is. That boy did not put Scrappy up to nothing. Scrappy was definitely the ringleader. Scrappy don't like you. He don't love you. I don't care how much you love his mom. He has lost all respect for you at this point. And you have to see that so you can see clearly in the end result of all this mess, okay? But Khaotic held his own. Let's continue to listen. Whoop, hold on. Hold on. We can't be doing ads, honey. No. Hold on. Now, you heard him say his manager and everybody was telling him, like, come on. And how unprofessional is that your manager is with you, you handling business, and you trying to run up on somebody because you thought they was by themselves? That's that same stuff that you did when he was filming and you tried to roll up on him. You feel what I'm saying? Like, when are you going to move? Like, here's the thing. You know what Khaotic live at. If you really want to squabble, listen, you could have been got it done. Why you keep waiting till his security around? Why you keep waiting till the entourage is around? You could have been pulled up at his address. You told us that he lived in like one of the gated communities with the high risers. You told us that. So do you really want to squabble or not? I got questions. Why you keep moving where somebody can intervene? I'm just saying, what type of time are you really on? I'm concerned at this point. Okay, let's continue to listen. Hit the like button, guys. I know that's right. Right. So what he's saying is, I listen, even though I told them to let you come make your money, I was never a sucker. I was never foolish. I was never dumb enough to come here and act like you was going to be like on some friendly type time. I understood who you was in that moment, so I made sure I was already prepared. Now, don't get it twisted. I didn't want it to go there, but if it happens to go there, and if you was, which clearly you were, until you found out the boy wasn't alone, we was ready. But the difference is my crowd and your crew and my crew are two different crews, right? Y'all know Chaotic lived that life. Scrappy has not. Scrappy pretend that life, but Chaotic is about that life. And he's saying, don't make me go back. Because if I go back, it's going to be ugly for somebody. I'm not letting nobody put their hands on me. So let's continue to listen. Hey, Milani, how are you? And welcome to the chat. We appreciate you for being here. That's right. So, Scrappy, let me interpret that for you. He done put your tail on notice, okay? This was an official warning. This was official notice. He put you on notice. Stop rolling up on people. And if you do want to squabble, say that, and we can meet you somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You really don't want to do that. We just heard you say that you ain't like that, and you almost pissed your pants when them guys came and checked those pockets, okay? So we know you're not like that. You should probably tell the friends you with that you really not like that, so that they can stop having this impression of you that you really don't live. Okay? Hit the like button, guys. Period. Yeah, let me answer that for you, Chaotic. He is mad about that because while he needs love and hip hop, he's lazy. He's a lazy content creator. He's a lazy artist. He wants the money to come to him. He doesn't want to really do no real work, in my opinion. So he is upset that you're able to keep motion going, and he has to really rely on love and hip hop. He like, how the hell is he still making it? And I got him kicked off the show because you're Chaotic and he's Scrappy. Two different individuals, okay? You're not the man and you're denturing God. So that's all I'm saying. Let's continue to listen. Right. He put him on notice. Hey, Jazzy J. Is not the new guy, guys. It's not somebody, it's definitely Scrappy. But here's the funny thing. Y'all heard him say when he was homeless, you got to be careful who comes around you when you up and who comes around you when you down. And you kick the ones that was there for you in your most vulnerable, your most lowest state. That's not cool. You know what I'm saying? So that, but Scrappy hate for somebody to have the credit. He has to be the head dude in charge. He has to hear, Scrappy, I appreciate you. Scrappy, it was you. Scrappy was my baby daddy. My baby daddy did it. He has to have those acronyms behind his name. If he doesn't, baby, he gonna come after you like a thief in the night. I'm trying to tell y'all. Continue to listen. Wait a minute. Not him dragging a friend in completely. Like, we ain't even got to second guess this thing, honey. He like, listen, I said what I said to Scrappy, but this information and this notice is for your friend too that came like he was going to be on your team you. Okay? Don't do that. This ain't going to end well for you, okay? Melania says Scrappy going to F around and find out he needs to go to therapy. He better, I think he better leave Chaotic alone. Because y'all continue to listen. Chaotic is letting him know, and Chaotic is sick of him. Okay, let's continue to listen. Now y'all heard him laugh. That was an uncomfortable laugh, but a serious laugh. That was like, yo, please stop, because it's not about to end well for you. That was like a super notice, okay? That was like a super chat coming through the chat. Hold on. Sure was. Now you know he mean business when he called him Little Scrappy, okay? He said Little Scrappy, and he's being smart. He says it's going to be self-defense. So he's also going to go into talking about how he's documenting every incident with Scrappy, so that if this go down, at some point he could come back and use all the personal attacks that Scrappy tried to do on him, okay? So let's continue to listen.
universe may keep fake running up on me. So what I'm saying is, when you run up on me the right way and in the right place, when you run up on me the right way and in the right place, well, it's like we can get active like that, and it's gonna be self-defense. Because you fed up on me. You know what I mean? You wanna summon your homes and all of that. Like you wanna do something to me for what? What you so bad at me for? Oh, some baby out of the shit. Several people been trying to have me. You see that? Ray J, 2 weeks out. The mama, John, twin, them, brother, several people. Sit down, talk to me. You know what I'm saying? You get the view, so you want to keep this fake people. I don't beef with you. You want to keep this fake people going, but I promise you, dog, my songs to the top. Nigga ever put his hands on me, I'm not going to call him out to step with the devil, nigga. Man, I don't care who, what, when, where, how. You have to be rolling with us. Well, brother, leave me alone. Leave me alone, man. See you being a good father to your children, dog. See you being a good boyfriend to your woman. Stick that, bro. Don't let that bitch throw you in competition, bro. Don't let that alcohol throw you in your head. And you keep doing this on sessions where it's like TV type of thing, bro. Stop that, bro. Stop it. Because I'm afraid of what's going to happen if you end up doing this type of move on the city where it ain't no TV stuff, where it ain't all that security and all of that. And it's just actively in the open of real life. This is like, bro, I'm afraid of what might happen, bro. I am, bro. And listen, bro, none of us ain't, man, anybody in this world can touch, bro. They shot many rappers that died and killed, bro. I'm afraid what's gonna happen with that. You can go out like that, because I'm not letting nobody know, bro. I don't care how big tough you think you is, how much you took your lips up like this. Look like this rich man in 2000, bro. I'm not letting nobody know, bro. I'm not, bro.
All right, so it's about 10 more minutes, not even probably 10 more minutes of the video, probably like maybe 8. Okay, but here's the thing. He's documenting it because Scrappy on that type time. And like he said, Scrappy, I'm to the point where if it happened in the right settings and given the opportunity, I'm from Miami and it can go down the way you want it to go down. But do what's best for you. Be a family man. Go enjoy your new girlfriend. Play little toil games with your little baby mamas, but leave me the hell alone, okay? Leave me out the group chat. And I think Scrappy should take notice. And you heard him say that Scrappy was basically, he had to be going to production like he's talking about harming me because in order for them to fire him, who's going to production saying that? Because Scrappy was playing like the victim game online. Like, oh, he's Azzy. It's about money. It was never about money. But when that boy was trying to produce something, of course, you pay your dues. You don't get no free ride off of me because we homeboys. Everybody going to pitch in for it. You know what I mean? So Scrappy was basically playing dirty behind the scenes with production and telling production, like, look. He was trying to harm me. So then they had to make an executive decision. Okay, we don't want this to be unsafe on scene because we got other people here. So at this point, we had to make an executive decision. Khaotic don't have seniority over Scrappy. Scrappy been playing quiet purposely, okay, and act like he wasn't doing nothing out loud, but he was playing games behind the scenes. He playing all that stuff out to get Khaotic off the show. So here's the thing. Now we here, and he telling him like, no, we are not going to, listen, this is not going to end well for you. So listen, guys, that's really all I have for you guys. I hope I didn't miss anything because I forgot to write it down. But listen, checkmates, go ahead and hit the like button. If you're still here, subscribe to the channel so we can go up and up and up. If something else pop off, I'll come back. But it's a hot mess. Y'all hear me? I love you, checkmates, and there's nothing you can do about it. And remember, don't you let nobody tell you nothing different. Until next time, bye.